Happy holidays from the Franklin Park Public Library. I'm Miss Laura, and we will be making a handmade holiday pop-up card. So from your grab and go craft kit, you're going to have a blue sheet of paper and 3 white sheets of paper, kind of like computer printer paper. You're also going to need scissors, glue stick, pencil, maybe an orange marker and a black marker. The first thing you'll do is take the blue sheet of paper and fold it in half to make a card. And then, so the card will be kind of folded in half this way, the hamburger way. And then take one of the white sheets of paper, and we're going to cut along the bottom kind of like a wavy line. This is going to be the snow on the bottom of the this is going to be the ground. And then go ahead and use the other side and do it again. We're going to put the snowy ground on both the inside and outside of the card on the bottom. So once you have these two pieces, the first one you can go ahead and glue on the inside. You want to be sure that the flat part is on the bottom of this. So just, let's see, go ahead and we'll put some glue on the bottom on this. And we'll glue this onto here. And then turn it over, and we'll do the same on the other side. So be sure that the flat part goes on the flat part, that those are both lined up. And we'll do the same here as well. So it'll be both on the inside and the outside. Maybe a little bit more glue on this corner. I don't think I got enough. So we have the snowy ground on the inside and the outside. Now the first thing we'll do is we'll create the snowman. So take one of your sheets of paper. Actually, you can go ahead and use this sheet that you cut out of. And you're going to accordion fold. So fold it one way, turn it over, and fold it the other way. Now kind of keep repeating this. Until you get to the end. Now this, the part where you have 4 folds, kind of line them up and take your pencil and draw kind of like a half snowman shape, what that means is like 3 half circles, one larger, one medium, and one smaller. I don't know if you can see that. Like that. So this is going to be the head, the body, and the bottom part. And then cut these out. So I kind of like to go ahead and just cut out kind of this shape, and then go ahead and cut out the details more carefully. You kind of want to keep these lined up because these are going to create basically 4 snowmen, and you want them to be all as much the same as possible because these you're going to kind of glue together. Okay. So now you have 4 snowman pieces. Now, if they're kind of squarish, you could line them up again and smooth it out with your scissors. Mine turned out a little kind of on this, make it kind of a little bit more round, I think. Okay. Now, when you have these how you want them to be, you want to glue. So glue these together. Don't glue them so that this will create the form of the pop-up snowman. So you have kind of one will open and then the other one, and then you can glue on these other pieces, the two other ones. Kind of line them up. And that will be as you can see, that will be the inside part of the card, the pop-up snowman part. And this, you want to glue on this middle part sitting on the snow here. And so you'll put the glue on this part, kind of the outside part of it, and put it in the middle, sitting on the snowy ground that you created. So that creates the snowman inside of the card. So, and the next thing that you will do is make the snowflakes. So set this off to the side. So the snowflakes, what we'll do is if you want to have snowflakes that are different sizes, you'll start with different sizes of pieces of paper. So, and an easy thing to create a square is to fold a triangle up and then cut that out. So we'll make this one into one snowflake. So I'm going to go ahead and make a kind of a very small one. So I'll fold this one up. So I have a smaller one and a medium one. Now this one will be kind of a large one. And maybe I'll go ahead and make a smaller one just to have more than one. So you can make a few different snowflakes, maybe even a really tiny baby one. You can make several snowflakes actually, and then choose the ones that you like the best to put on the inside. So let's start with the middle one. So this will kind of fold up a little bit more. Fold this triangle in half. Now fold this triangle in half again. And then we'll start making cuts into it. Once the paper gets very small and there's a lot of folds, it becomes more challenging to cut with your scissors. So this is the inside part of the snowflake. Let's cut out a tiny little kind of a pointy thing like that. Oops. So you can check this and check out what happens when you do that. When you do that, the inside of the snowflake, now you have kind of like a star on the inside. So you can cut these, you can make cuts and then check it as you go just to see kind of what happens. So maybe I'll round this out a little bit. Maybe I'll cut in here something like that. Maybe I'll cut another shape out of here. So you don't want to cut all the way across here because that will just cut off that piece of paper. What you want to do is cut shapes out so that when you open it up, so we can cut a few more shapes out, but as you're going, you can definitely check it out and see what this is starting to look like. So this snowflake It still kind of has a square shape, but you can see different triangles cut out in a star. So I'm going to close it back up, and I'll keep making cuts out of it. And be very careful not to cut all the way across, because then that just makes it very tiny, unless you want it to make it smaller. Let's see. I've cut kind of a lot of little tiny triangles out of here. Okay, let's see. Well, that looks nice. So there is one snowflake. So we'll set this off to the side. Now here is an idea for a snowflake. Let's take the larger one, and this is a very this is a kind of a more advanced snowflake. So for this one, we have the triangle here, and we're going to fold the triangle in half again, like we did last time. And then we'll go ahead and open this up again. And so bring this up, fold this kind of piece up like this, and then you're going to want to fold this other one up, and you want it to kind of line up here. So if it doesn't line up, you try to adjust it a little bit so that this other side will fold up, and it will be kind of even with this one as much as you can get it. I'm going to just keep kind of adjusting until I get this so that this one will, oops. It takes kind of a little bit of trial and error here. Get this one to go there. And then fold this in half again, and then open it. So you have something that looks kind of like this. And then go ahead and take your pencil, and you'll draw a shape that looks like this. You're going to draw out, well, this is where you're going to cut on here. So you're going to cut that part out, and you can also kind of refer to the directions that came in this packet. And you don't have to be completely exact. It's just, and also it is a matter of kind of trial and error at a little bit. So I'm drawing this actually kind of looking at the same thing there is given in the directions. So you want to draw a shape that looks like this. And this is the guideline for cutting out the more advanced snowflake. You cut this out. And this is definitely really cool once it comes out, and it's definitely something that you might want to try, and you could try it in different sizes. Like maybe a larger one, maybe a medium one, or even challenge to see how small you could get it. This one comes out really, really cool. I'll carefully cut out this inside part, the very center part. So now we have this, and then it's really cool when we open it. And it comes out like this. So this is a really good one, and these we will glue onto in the sky area of the card up here, and then this can be in a different place. So now we have two snowflakes. I'm going to go ahead and cut out 2 smaller ones. So these I'll just do the regular way. I'll go ahead and fold this. Now this is, once these are, it's very small, it can be actually kind of challenging at that point. So you don't have to make a ton of tiny cuts once you know, when you have a triangle that's super small like this. Let's see. I'll just kind of try to do something in here. So that was pretty simple. Let's see what happens when this is opened up. Okay. So that made it like a much smaller snowflake. And I'll do it the same thing with this tiny one again. Make another small one. Probably do the same thing, cut out maybe a smaller area from the inside part. Maybe just experiment, kind of see what happens if I do this. Just curious. It's kind of interesting just to do something very different than the last time and then see what happens when you do that. Oops. So this one is, it looks pretty simple, but it's a lot different than the other one. It's like that. Let's open it up and see. It kind of looks like sticks. That one looks like that. So these are kind of different. And I think that I am actually going to go ahead and make just one more. Like maybe try to come up with one that's a slightly different, a little tiny bit bigger, a different size. And this is going to be that. So, and I'll go ahead, I'm going to cut out the center part again, carefully. I'm going to go, maybe do that. Very carefully cut these out. Okay, great. So now we have actually 5 snowflakes. We have the snowman in here. It's probably good to have kind of do this over a garbage can, to be honest. And then, so take the largest one that you have. You'll glue on the largest one. So if there's any pencil marks, put the glue on the side with the pencil mark. And what I would suggest is just go ahead and just put the glue around the inside of the snowflake and just glue that part on. And the other parts of it will kind of be loose, and that's kind of part of the pop-up effect as well. And then take the next largest one and glue that on next. Same thing, kind of glue on only the middle part so that it still has kind of a pop-up effect. And then maybe one of the medium ones. So maybe I'll just stop with these 3 here. This area right here is a good place to write a message. You could write a message in the snow. You could leave an area to write, you know, happy holidays, Grandma. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue maybe a couple of these on the front part, some that I have left. You could maybe just have a big one on the front. You could draw a picture on the front. You could have your message, Happy Holidays, on the front, like that. So I have room for writing a message here, and then I have in here. Oops, so the last thing that you'll do, you can take your orange marker and go in here and open up. So go ahead and draw a tiny carrot, a tiny skinny triangle, a carrot for the nose. So that's going to be the nose. Maybe I'll make it a little bit bigger. And then I'll put an eye here and an eye on the other side of this right here, so that when you look at it straight on, you can see the eyes. And then I'm going to kind of draw like the stick arms coming out. Very simple. So there you have it. You'll draw, you have an area is where you can write on it. You could also write in the snow a message in there, and then you can write here a message or in the snow, and you have different snowflakes and your pop-up snowman. Okay, thank you for watching, and happy holidays from the Franklin Park Public Library.